everybody, this is Sarah Estelle here. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and enjoying this space between the solstice and Christmas and the new year. Thank you to all of you who have who helped me or helped us co-create the 2020 Essence. And thank you to all of you who have ordered so far. The link to order is actually on this forum, the Sacred Rising Forum, if you want your own bottle. And if you took part and helped me create, then there is also a discount. So please just go and find that. So I'm kind of coming on here today because I'm starting to tune in to our workshop on January the 4th. Again, thank you to all of those of you who are joining. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is 4 of the reasons why I feel that we absolutely need to plan in whatever way you decide to do that. So 2020 is all about embracing structure. We discovered that when we co-created the essence and looked at all the crystals that went in it. But essentially what's happening is that you may well have heard this. Hi, Mary Christine, and I'm very happy that you are joining us. That the energies of 2020 have huge Capricorn planetary alignments, or that's not right the word, Capricorn influences. Now, whether or not you know anything about astrology is really neither here nor there, but what you do need to know is that this 2020 is being heralded as a year when old structures are going to fall and new ones will be seeded. So whoever turns up to seed the new structures is the people who are going to lay the foundations of the new world. Now, if you're listening to me right now, and the fact that you're part of this community tells me that you are someone who cares deeply about our planet and who has an aspect of the jigsaw to share, whatever that is. So that also now tells me that we kind of each have a responsibility to turn up and join in. So that's the first thing. Now, we can just kind of like do what I did for many, many years and just kind of randomly get up each day and do something, which often leads to overwhelm, or we can get really, really clear from the heart. So my world changed when I started connecting with my heart. And I did that through the world of flower and vibrational essences. And I know many of you are the same as me. Now, you may have a different tool, and that's amazing because we're all doing different things. But the essential thing is that it's so helpful to connect to 2020 and your way ahead through your heart, not your head. And how many of us set goals, or whatever you want to call them, and then don't do anything about them because we get too overwhelmed, it just doesn't feel right anymore, and we just basically don't do it. And we come to another year and we say, right, I'm going to do this, and then we don't, and nothing changes. So the only way to make change is to do something different. So what I want to talk to you about are 4 of the benefits that come from my own experience of planning. So first of all, please don't get turned off by the word planning. Please don't think, oh no, that's really old world, because it's not. Capricorn energies are like wise grandmother energy, who will maybe ask you to do something that you don't particularly want to do, but you're being asked because it's the right thing to do. We're essentially setting this foundation for a new world, and that can't be done by just getting up in the morning and deciding on what we want to do depending on what's going on around us. We have to decide, we have to connect into our heart, and then we have to create those decisions from that place and hold ourselves accountable. And what I mean by that is coming together. We can't do this alone anymore. Being accountable to ourselves is far too easy to make excuses. It's far too easy not to do it because we've got, we're only letting ourselves down and nobody knows because it's all a little bit of a secret. But when you get clear with other people, that's when you get pulled forward. So planning is actually a hugely feminine activity if you do it in a feminine way. So I promised 4 benefits. Well, the first one is clarity, and that's pretty much what I'm talking about. When you plan, when you come together in sacred space, when you know how to get that clarity, not just from your own heart, but from the energies that are around you. So we look at the planetary aspects, we look at the time of the season, literally the time of year, we look at the time of the lunar cycle. When you take into account all the energy that's around you, which is essentially what will get the seed to sprout. If you plant a summer seed in winter, it's not going to sprout. So it's the same kind of thing when we do take aligned actions at aligned times, different things happen, and they happen in more fertile ways. So the first one is clarity. You just get real clarity as to what you, divine spark, needs to do. When you have the clarity, then you become more productive because you feel much, much more confident about what you need to do. We start to maybe not look around us quite so much at what other people are doing. Self-comparison will basically disappears. Well, maybe not disappears, but lessens massively. And we start to really own what it is that we're here to do and get on with it. Third thing is, if we actually want to make a difference, and if you are somebody, and I think you might be because you're here listening to me, that has a deep desire to make an impact, if you, whatever age you are, we're all here to leave legacies. If you have a legacy in your heart, then this is the time to set that legacy in. And in order to do that, we need to reach large amounts of people. Things aren't going to change by touching 2 or 3 people. They're going to change by large groups of us moving forward. So the more people you can impact, the more people you can help, and then that ripple effect goes forward. Now, in a world such as ours, we also need to pay our mortgages and rents. We need to put petrol in our cars. We need to eat. We need to have holidays. We need to have, if we're not well, we need to have enough money to sustain us when we're not earning, all of those things. And to do that through a self-employed income, especially as a healer, is sometimes tricky. But there are certain ways that make it possible. How do I know that? Because I've done it myself and I'm doing it myself. It can work when you embrace it in certain ways. So what I'm saying is that planning can also increase your income because you're not randomly deciding, you're committing to a certain action, setting in place the steps that you need to follow, and then essentially following them. So that's all kind of seeded in the 2020 vision. There's another very cool Moonflower Essence, if you haven't met it yet, called Feminine Financial Flow, which kind of holds those energies as well. So, and the fourth benefit is, of course, that when we do all of this, we are much less open to overwhelm. Because when we don't follow plans, we've got all these things to do and we don't know where to start, so we essentially don't start. So overwhelm becomes much less of a daily accompanier, if that's the right word. So on January the 4th, which is only a few days ago, we are going to spend a whole day together online. There are already quite a few people joining who've told me they can't join live, so just come, join anyway, get the energy, and join us for the replay when you are able. So what we're going to do together is we're going to spend a whole day, first of all, tuning into 2019 and saying farewell. We'll be opening a sacred container together for 2020. We'll be looking at that alignment that only you hold, setting 3 core focuses for 2020. That doesn't mean to say that you won't do anything else, but if we have to have priorities, because otherwise we just get overwhelmed. And then we'll also be looking at your very first month ahead with 3 core focuses. We're going to be dancing, we're going to be connecting with each other. Most of the online workshops that I hold contain dance. Why do we dance together? We dance, but by the way, we don't have our cameras on unless, of course, we have to. It's all done very privately. Dancing is an ancient sacred feminine way of actually activating the energy in your body. So that is usually very, very cool. This particular year, I've decided, because I have a legacy in my heart of us helping as many healers as possible actually start their journeys and get bigger, grow bigger on their journeys. And because this year is such an important one, I've put together a pretty crazy package where you're going to get at least 5 times the amount of value through just your payment. So by investing with us, you're going to get a one-to-one mentoring session with me included, which is a bit crazy because normally you pay an awful lot more than just what the investment is to do that. And you're also going to get a whole year of new moon alignments in our Manifesting with the Moon Forum, and all the love and all the support of everybody joining in. For anybody who joins sooner rather than later, if you join right up against the wire on January the 4th, that's cool. We'd love to have you on board. But if you join beforehand, we're also going to be holding within our private group of people taking part, a session where we're actually going to get clear on what 2019 taught us and what it is that we need to take with us and what it is that we're going to leave behind. So the world needs you. And I really, really mean this. This year ahead is one where we're setting the foundations for the new world. So are you going to turn up and put your piece in? I hope you are, because the world needs you. Whether you do it with me or with somebody else, I'm putting that plea out here that you find a way of getting accountable and of actually planning this year. Planning in a divine feminine way. So if you don't choose to come and do it with me, please go and do it with somebody else. Don't leave it. Don't be a lone ranger. Go do this. The world needs you. I'm here to hold the space for you. I'm here to cheer you on. It's one of my superpowers to actually offer and hold space for sacred experiences. I love to do that online. I also love to do it in person, but I'm in Southwest France and you're probably not. So it's the easiest way for us actually to have a whole day in our pajamas, if that's what we wish, and just get this done, but also have fun. I promise you, you will come away feeling inspired and connected to 2020. So the link to join is right next to this video. All you have to do is just go and click on that button, make the very small payment, and you'll straight away be connected to our group and to what we're doing in preparation. Okay, so I wish you well, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.